What's up, gentlemen? So real quick, little disclaimer before we get started. If you're the dude that's about to leave the comment, it doesn't matter what girls think, you should wear what you want, this video isn't for you. Get out of here, but before you go, drop me one of these. Continue dressing like crap. But today, what I actually have developed is the ultimate, not average, ultimate guide to dressing to impress women. There are 8 steps that if you follow them, you will always be the best dressed guy in the room. And those spicy señoritas going to be like, damn, he's sexy. This guide is literally like bulletproof, regardless of your style, personal preference. If you follow these steps, guys, game over, you win. Sex machine level 27. Starting with number 1, and that is know the occasion. If you want to be the best dressed guy in the room, you got to know where you're going. You got to know what's expected. You got to know and have an almost spidey sense about what other people, other dudes are going to be wearing in the room. Until you know this, there's no way that you can choose accurately what to actually wear. Number 2 is choose clothing that fits you and your body properly. We talk all about fit. Now, a lot of guys are like, yo, I'm wearing the right size. Size is just part of the equation. You got to make sure that the clothing that you're wearing accentuates your positive attributes and minimizes your perceived negatives. Now, if you're 6'2", 200 pounds, a twisted steel and sex appeal, F you. But if you're short, if you're a little bit round, if you're a little bit chubby, if you're super extra tall and super skinny, right, you got to make sure that you identify clothing that accentuates the positives and minimizes the negatives, all right? Just because you're wearing the right size, like a medium or a small or a 30-30 in the pants, doesn't mean the clothing actually fits your body. There's also things like color, pattern. You want to make sure you are accentuating the positives and minimizing the negative. Number 3 is KISS, right? The acronym, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. When it comes to your outfits, the guys that really do an incredible job and look the best typically have more minimal outfits. They're not too complicated, they're not too flamboyant, they're not too bright, they're not too loud, right? Simple is best oftentimes. And when you combine that with clothing that fits your body, you are next level sexy. Number 4 is the devil is in the details. When it comes to style and you looking amazing and impressing people, guys, it's all about the details, the subtle things that make you look better than other people, right? Things like your shoes. Are they clean? Are they appropriate? Are they stylish? All right, your belt, does it match your shoes or are they mismatched, right? Is your shirt, is it ironed? Is it pressed? Things like this make a huge difference. Step number 5 is smell better than other guys, all right? What I mean by this is your scent, guys, you got to make sure you're paying attention to it. The way that you smell is one of the most powerful nonverbal communicating tools that you have at your disposal. Guys that smell better are perceived as sexier, more attractive, more approachable, and did I mention sexier? I just got a little Creed Aventus. Did you know that Scentbird actually has Creed Aventus? Anyway, guys, one of the things that I just want to talk about real quick is the fact that Scentbird is a game changer when it comes to guys who want to smell incredible. Month number 1, you're going to get this. It's a super badass, sexy, like magnetic case, right? This, as you can see, Creed Aventus. Yes, they've even got some extra sexy premium brands, guys. There's a little upcharge to this, but honestly, you get 0.27 ounces, which is a huge amount. The way that it works, guys, you go on to Scentbird, you sign up. There's actually a link and a special code down below, Alpha6. It's going to give you 55% off your first month. Now, the regular price is like $17, which is insane. With that code down below, Alpha6, guys, you're getting it for 55% off, which means it's a little over $8. It's a huge no-brainer. The other cool thing is that Scentbird's available in the US and Canada. You go on and you get to build a fragrance queue, right? And then once a month, they're going to send you your fragrance. Recently, actually, I got 3 because I don't just like getting one fragrance. I am such a slut when it comes to Scentbird that I actually end up getting 3 sent to me. You can upgrade your subscription. This month, I got English Laundry Royal Forest. Have you guys smelled this stuff? It is like, I've heard a few like rumblings about this stuff being good. It honestly blew my mind. It is so incredibly sexy. I also got Brioni by Brioni. This stuff also rocked my wife's world. She smelled this and she was like, damn, what is that? I'm like, Brioni by Brioni. The other one that I got, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to butcher it. It's called like Atea by Source Adage. Anyway, basically the notes of this one are rose, iris, pink pepper, sandalwood, and amber. The other cool thing, guys, is with each fragrance you get a little card that talks about the notes. It's amazing. If you haven't tried Scentbird, now is the time. I'm going to link everything down below, including the fragrances that I tried this month. You guys are absolutely going to love it. You get to go on, you build a queue. Once a month, they're going to send them to you, and you get to try and test incredibly sexy designer fragrances for a crazy, ridiculous price. But right now, like I said, guys, if you use the code Alpha6, you're getting month number 1 for 55% off. I'm telling you, gentlemen, if you want to smell sexy and amazing, there's nothing better than Scentbird. Shoes, that's the next thing we got to talk about. If you're wearing these, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna hate on boat shoes right now. Even though I hate them. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Shoes! You can make or break an outfit based solely on your shoes. I've seen so many dudes, right? They look amazing. Their hair is incredible. They're coiffed. They're sexy. Their style, killer. Their clothing fits them. But then you get down to the shoes and you're like, what are those? What are those? If they're dirty, if they're bulky, if they're unstylish, if they're not real leather and they look super cheap, gentlemen, spend a little bit more money on shoes. As a general rule of thumb, my opinion is buy the highest quality pair of shoes that you can afford. Don't overspend, but if you need to stretch a little bit to buy a higher quality pair, gentlemen, do it. They're going to look better, they're going to last longer, they're going to be more durable. But your shoes shouldn't draw attention to themselves. I call them like look at me shoes. Like if you're wearing shoes and they're like, yo, hey, look at me, they're probably not the right shoes, right? Also, if they're too dramatic, whether or not it's pointy, if it's bulky, if it's square, if it's high, like in terms of the heel or the sole, typically this is not going to be ideal. You want to go with something a little bit more subtle, a little bit more stylish, a little bit more minimal. The next step, gentlemen, is don't dress like every single one of your friends. Unfortunately, a lot of dudes get into the habit of dressing exactly like the people they're around. I see it all the time, right? Whether or not it's young dudes at the mall or dudes that I see out at a bar or a party, right? If you are, gentlemen, you unfortunately are not maximizing your sex appeal, because when you dress exactly the same and wear the same thing that all your friends are wearing, you don't get to stand out. You don't get to set yourself apart. And you don't get to be the best dressed guy in the room because everybody dresses the same. Unfortunately, this is a big problem that I see. And unfortunately, you know, it's hard to get out of because a lot of guys were like, I don't feel comfortable, you know, dressing differently, when the truth is that when you actually do dress a little bit differently than all your friends, it's going to set you apart. You're going to be more confident and your friends are probably going to start copying you. The next tip is tailor your clothing if you need it. All right, now what I mean by this is most of us don't have off-the-rack bodies, and it is amazing what happens when you actually spend a few extra dollars to have clothing tailored, whether or not it's a suit, it's pants, it's a shirt. When you put on something that was actually tailored for your body, it's like next level. It's like literally a game changer. And if you're somebody that really wants to emanate confidence, like we said, it's all about fit, but spending a little bit of extra money in order to ensure that it fits like crazy perfect is a great way to spend a little bit of money. All right, now, the last thing I want to talk about is confidence. If you put something on, it doesn't matter what, if you put it on, you look in the mirror and you're like, or you don't love it, or you don't feel confident, or like you know that it looks good, get it off your body. One of the things that I love so much about clothing and style and dressing is that it's not only just about the way that it makes you look, it's the way that it makes you feel about yourself. It's almost like confidence from the outside in. What happens? Seriously, what happens when you put on something, you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I look good, right? Or you put something on, you get a compliment, you have a better day, you feel better about yourself. It's literally style confidence from the outside in, right? You put it on, you look in the mirror, you look incredible, you feel good, you carry yourself with more confidence, chest up, shoulders back, you're smiling more, making more eye contact, you're engaging with people because you feel good about yourself. And this honestly is undeniable. Something else that's undeniable, if you follow this plan, it literally is bulletproof. You always will look incredible, and those spicy señoritas will be drawn to you like a spicy moth to a flame. You happen to be a sexy, stylish flame because you're so damn hot.